Hi, hello, and welcome. We are broadcasting live from GlobalAIPreneurs, the premier global gateway and unified operating system for trusted AI enterprises. Right now, we are witnessing an unprecedented paradigm shift. The AI landscape is expanding exponentially, stretching across 8 plus categories and over 120 distinct technologies. Yet, this explosion has brought an unintended bottleneck. Enterprises buyers are facing severe decision paralysis, investors are swimming in unvetted noise, and brilliant founders remain isolated from the cross border institutional bridges they need to scale. The results are clear: capital inefficiency and development friction. Promoted by the Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade and the Global Council for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, Global AIPreneurs was built to change the narrative. We are moving decisively past passive directories. We are a multi-layer engagement engine spanning technical, operational reviews, and community rankings, connecting enterprises demand directly with trusted AI supply. Operating across our primary global hubs in India, Singapore, UAE, Saudi Arabia, the USA, the UK, Switzerland, the EU, South Africa, Kenya, Ghana, and Nigeria. We are bridging the gap between raw potential and institutional deployment. Today, as part of our interview series, we are charting the future of this ecosystem. Joining us as a leader who embodies exactly what it means to build with high intent, high density, and absolute impact. Dr. Amit Garg is the founder and CEO of ORMAE, as a leading decision intelligence company specializing in artificial intelligence operations research, mathematical optimization, and data science with over 25 years of global experience. He has helped enterprises transform complex business challenges into intelligent data driven decision across supply chain, manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, energy, mining, retail, and aviation. An alumnus of IIT Delhi and PhD graduate from Case Western Reserve University, Dr. Garg has successfully led more than 110 AI and optimization projects for over 50 global customers, including Fortune 500 organizations across North America, Europe, Middle East, and Asia. Under his leadership, ORMAE has developed enterprise scale decision intelligence platforms that have generated hundreds of millions of dollars in measurable businesses value through AI powered optimization and mathematical modeling. Thank you, Amit, for joining us today. Over to you.
So, about myself, I did my BTech and Masters from IIT Delhi, PhD from the US. My Masters and PhD were in operations research. In US, where I worked for Amazon, Penske, Genesis, and Progressive Insurance on different optimization and data science projects. The last 10 years, I've been running ORMAE. In 2012, I broke the world record, came in the Guinness Book, and also won silver medal for India in mental calculation world championship in UK. So for the last 10 years, we're able to, for 50 plus clients, we were able to do 110 plus optimization and AI projects, saving them more than $600 million. I operate from Bangalore and my partner Madhumita operate from Dubai. 70% of our team come from top tier colleges. Our optimization team is headed by Vijay, who come with a 2 decade of experience in optimization from IIT Mumbai. Ankit come with a 12 year of experience after a degree from ISI Calcutta. Gaurav and Syed had my engineering and business consulting division from IIM Mumbai and the US experience with a 15 year of experience. So we have a sales team in India, US, and Europe supporting us, and our advisors come from variety of domain, including aviation and other sectors, aviation, retail, and other sectors. So we have operations research and supply chain optimization division. We also have a Gen AI, machine learning, data engineering, and data visualization division. What gives us the happiness that for this 50 plus clients, we were able to save more than $600 million. And this saving is annual, again and again recurring saving, which is a huge impact of optimization and AI. So we have worked across variety of industry. In the pharmaceutical, some of the large player like Bayer in Germany, Dr. Reddy Lab in India, and other logos have, we made a huge impact. In metals and mining, we have worked with Adani Group, JSW Steel, Bravas Mining in Australia. Again, a huge savings. In aviation side, we are working with the Navi Mumbai and Ahmedabad Airport. building a ground handling application resource management system. And we are the first Asian company to build such a system in this space. We have also worked with the Southwest Airlines and Cathay Pacific on multiple optimization initiatives. On the oil and gas, we are working with the Shell and other oil and gas customer. In the e-commerce, we have worked with the Swiggy and Marsul for the food and grocery delivery optimization. Swiggy saves more than 30 crore rupee per year on the food delivery optimization using those algorithms. We work with the multiple CPG and retail brand. We're working with the supply chain and logistics is the role of optimization in supply chain logistics is really important. It really drives the company. When you do the supply chain network optimization, the savings of around 10% can easily be achieved if you do well. And supply chain is a huge cost center, particularly during the COVID period. One of the area which was crucial for the both business and government leaders was the supply chain. How do the things move from one area to another when there are challenges? We're also partnered with companies like InfoCG and Y and others, other analytics company. So we are as a top 5 optimization company in the world. We're the go-to place for optimization solutions. So we have a strong operations research or optimization team. We also have a strong AI and data science team. We have business consulting division which consult on the supply chain, metals and mining and other areas. And we have engineering team powered by AI. Consulting to delivery. So when we work with the customer, sometimes customer knows what exactly he has a problem. Sometimes he knows this is my business and tell me where do I get maximum benefit out of optimization and data science. So it's start from consulting to delivery. And we are platform agnostic. You could be on AWS, Azure, your own infrastructure. Optimization data science solution can still deliver you value over cost. So a lot of variety of supply chains, algorithm and use case portfolio, which we have worked in the inventory management, supply planning, transportation and warehousing. We also have few accelerator to speed up the solution. So when a complex optimization project comes which takes 3 months, we can do in 1.5 months using RouteCap, our last mile logistics tool, picking optimization tool called PickOpt, which goes inside the warehouse. OptiFit for forecasting. We have done more than 10 plus forecasting project, and OptiFit makes it easier to speed up those projects. And we are also building Infobot, GenAI powered chat interface. So we work across the different variety of engagement, consulting style, R&D style, and an outsourced model.
Yes. First of all, thank you. Thank you for sharing those insights and perspectives with the Global AIpreneurs community. So let's explore your experience and perspectives further through a few questions. So shall we start our questions now?
Sure.
Yeah. My first question is, ORMAE has successfully combined artificial intelligence with operations research and mathematical optimization to solve highly complex enterprise problems. How do you see decision intelligence evolving beyond traditional AI? And why do you believe optimization will become a critical competitive advantage for organizations over the next 5 years?
Okay. Let's see, where did operations research or optimization started? Officially started during the Second World War, 1945, where both the US and German military used it heavily to win over the war. Obviously, after the Second World War, Ford and General Motors started becoming the biggest consumer of optimization for optimizing their supply chain. Because in an automotive industry, from the supplier all the way to the end sales, there's a huge cycle. Stuff coming from supplier, complex assembly line. So it's basically, and this was the important, where do they open a new production plant? Where do they open a new hub? For sales in Germany, where should they be manufacturing? Should they be manufacturing in Poland? Should they be manufacturing in China? Should they be manufacturing in India? And each of them have a different impact because there's that certain tax factor. So when we look at AI is a predictive analytics. You understand the pattern in your data and figure out the best way to deal with that data in the most efficient manner. Obviously, today, Gen AI tool have become very smart. They're able to do to such an extent, they try to, but basically it's pattern predictions of different types. So it's a predictive analytics. What about prescriptive science? So optimization is a mathematical approach for prescriptive decisions. So if I know here is my plants, here my hub, here are my delivery locations, and if the data is definite, I can exactly figure out the optimal location, optimal movements, and you cannot figure out a better solution than that. So that mathematical science certainly has a huge value in whether it's a manufacturing sector or pharmaceutical sector, particularly in the supply chain space. It's a huge, very critical. Another area where it's very critical is where workforce planning is important. Workforce optimization. Either it's a case of airport or it's a case of healthcare and those areas.
Thank you for sharing those insights. It's fascinating to see how combined AI with optimization enables organizations to move beyond predictions and towards truly intelligent decision making. So, I'd like to move my next question. So, you have delivered large scale AI and optimization solutions for Fortune 500 companies across like manufacturing, supply chain, healthcare, logistics, and energy. What common challenges do organizations face when implementing enterprise AI? And what practical framework would you recommend to ensure measurable business outcomes rather than isolated AI projects?
Network. When we build large scale solution for enterprise level, we still have to go step by step. We do have to, when we build a solution, we have to build it at a smaller contained space and then take it to an enterprise level. And in each of them, so initially when a customer comes to us, we look at multiple parts. What is the time in which the one problem to get solved? Before even we solve the problem, what is the kind of budget as well we look into? What is the kind of, who are the kind of personas of user who will be using this solution? If the user of the solution are going to be end player, that's one way. If it is a solution, if it is a engineering team which is going to be using it, then it's another. Because that's the how you have to also create a interface, UI interface and everything. So, and we pay most important attention to the main solution approach. Because first we don't want to invest a lot in an engineering side of it, UI and other, before the optimization solution and data science solution is actually lagged by the customer. So we might build a basic UI and build main optimization engineering. And when we do build this optimization solution, we initially do build, even though I might know that, let's say I have 1500 supplier, 50 plants and 10 hubs. My initial solution, I might just look at, okay, for 10 supplier, 2 hub and 5 plant, how is it doing? Does it make sense? If that solution is good, then we're scaling up. But in the beginning itself, when we know the problem is of this size, we also look at, okay, what kind of approach will be right? Because within optimization, there are multiple approaches. You can have a linear programming or integer programming approach for optimization. You might go through a simulation approach. You might combine with some heuristics. And here, again, optimization and AI go together. There are certain data science approaches also, which can be tried in parallel for some of them. Particularly when the data is definite, you might go with optimization. If the data itself is stochastic or some probabilistic, you're going to benefit from the today's data science and AI approaches as well. Yes.
Very practical perspective. Your experience and highlights that successful AI transformation requires a clear business strategy and strong execution. So thank you for that insights. So let's move another question.
And one difficulty which I have seen in the organization is just like back in 1991 when India started their IT story. A lot of people, anybody doing anything with engineering was called IT guy.
Yes.
Basically. So today also, what happens is sometimes companies consider, okay, they have a data scientist, they will say, you also do the optimization work.
Hmm.
Or they have somebody. So that's, and you can do to some extent. It's not that it cannot be done, but can you bring the best expertise of optimizing enterprise level problem?
Yes,
That's where the challenge comes.
yeah.
Just like in the IT field itself, you have a backend expert, front-end expert, UI UX expert. So same way, among the scientists, you do have a data scientist, operations research or optimization expertise is also a core when you're solving complex optimization problem.
That's very
Yes.
insightful answers. So moving to our next question. One of ORMAE's greatest strength is applying decision intelligence across multiple industries. So from your experience, which industries are currently experiencing the greatest transformation through AI-driven optimization? And where do you see the biggest opportunities for innovation over the coming years?
So supply chain network optimization is very big. So wherever the supply chain optimization, and this is an area which already had a traction for a long time, but as e-commerce is becoming big over the last 10 years, which we have seen, its value has increased, and e-commerce also became critical during the COVID period. People could not imagine that for 200-meter away store, rather than buying yourself, you might still order online. And there were regions, basically. So we have seen a huge impact of it in the supply chain optimization, particularly one is the e-commerce space. Second, I will say manufacturing and distribution. So from the stage of your manufacturer, first of all, also gets the supplies from their supplier, then manufactures it, then stores in a warehouse where there is inventory planning, and then take it to the distribution chain. So supply chain for a manufacturer is a very crucial, So that's, and third where we see, and whether it's a manufacturing of metals, manufacturing of pharmaceutical, manufacturing of, automotive, across, wherever this becomes. And another area where we see is workforce optimization. The workforce, and today's workforce is becoming more important because you could have a team across geography, across time period, and you have a huge complexity. I used to work in call center industry, where what we observed was, and your customer can be very demanding. Your customer can say, calls coming from the US have to be handled in the US. Sometimes they could be even more tighter. Call coming from the southern US has to be handled by the geography. And call coming, and another is, rather than asking a customer whether you want to speak in Spanish or English, you also try to predict a pattern. If it came from a certain geography, first pick the call in Spanish, then change it to English. So you have a call where you need to figure out, okay, which call to be sent to which people. Now your people also, the cost differs. If you take only an English speaker in the US, it might be $12 per hour. English plus Spanish might be $14 per hour. Pure Spanish speaker might be only $11. English plus Spanish plus German might be $16. How many people of multi-language you keep? How many people of single language you keep? How many people of single skill you keep? Sales guy, support guy. How many people of multi-skill you keep? So these are important questions, because when you answer it right, your workforce will be planned in such a way that you don't have to do significant cut downs when the demand decrease. And cut down is not an easy task, particularly in Europe, where there are heavy rules, by the government. You can't, if you want to fire somebody, you might have to give a 6-month notice. So why don't you plan properly on your workforce when you hire, whether you're taking full-time or you're taking part-time? And again, and another is the cost factor. So there are businesses where they just care for, okay, I just need an English speaker. He could be sitting in India for $4 per hour. He could be sitting in the US for $12 per hour. So you have your ability to direct the calls in the geography, which is optimal for your workforce. So I have seen this workforce optimization huge impact in call center industry. We're working with these 3 Indian airports, and we are seeing huge impact as well. So Mumbai airport deploys around 4,000 resources. If we can use our workforce optimally, when somebody come for a, in the this queue for the what we call security check. Just before 15th August, we see a huge time increasing to around 45 minutes sometime in Delhi and few other airports. The workforce shift can be planned in such a way that person doesn't have to miss the flight. And there's a load of planning and pattern recognition today using optimization AI. And optimization and AI go hand in hand. It's not like a one or the other. And that's the reason even we have both the team.
Thank you. It's exciting to see how AI and decision intelligence are creating values across such diverse industries. So that naturally brings us the role of innovation and entrepreneurship. So moving to my next question, many AI startups focus heavily on developing advanced models, but often overlook optimization, operational integration, and business impact. What advice would you give AI founders looking to build enterprises ready solutions that deliver measurable business values and successfully scale across international markets?
Yeah. So AI has there is huge investment in AI in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And which is quite powerful as well. Today, I could ask what are the vegetarian restaurant in basically in any area for my business purpose which are silent. Am I right? In Timbuktu. So, and it would figure out the right way, it can figure out the noise level because they're made pretty well. Wherever you see predictive pattern, AI has done really well today.
Yes.
Building the tool, building those. But then what happens is we have to understand that optimization science, which was used in the supply chain plan optimization or workforce optimization, there's a reason it is in use for last 80 years. Anything which has stood the stand of time, 80 years story, it means it was very important. Today, most of the global airline do use optimization in one form or the other. Most of the supply chain do understand. The only problem is some of them don't understand what is the best expertise. When they try to use a software engineer to do the optimization work, that's what happens. Because they may not have the expertise. Somebody can do something. So I will say we have to understand where there is a scope for pure optimization. We cannot deny the role. Same way where there's a role of data science and AI, we cannot deny that role. Optimization cannot do that role. Same way even IT cannot do the role of AI. Previously they were doing software engineer make into AI. That's also not fully true. There are complex algorithms in the data science and AI which has to have their space. So what we have seen is, supply chain optimization, workforce optimization, making a huge impact for the large scale companies, saving them billions of dollars.
Thank you. Thank you for those insights and excellent recommendations. So, for long-term success comes from solving real businesses problems while building solutions that organizations can confidently adopt and scale. So, let's move to next question. GlobalAIPreneurs is building a trusted ecosystem connecting AI founders, enterprises, investors, governments, researchers, and technology leaders worldwide. Based on your experience building global AI solutions and enterprises partnerships, what role can global AIpreneurs play in accelerating responsible AI innovation and commercialization? And we'd also love to hear from you can partner with the contribute the global AIpreneurs ecosystem.
Yeah. So what we observed is we were one time talking to African customer. They don't have automation. So what happens is for a customer, first thing was, and that there is a reason IT industry came first. First is automation. Where is the data? How do you systematic the data? ERP system came in, the data collection came in. But over time, the data became so much, that too much abundance of data. Particularly e-commerce came. You have when a customer hit it, which link he did it, where did he go, and where did he exit out? What was he searching? What did he search 3 days back and what is he searching today? So when you have all this data, if you keep asking him, what do you want? What do you want? Customer doesn't like and his customer might get irritated. We started identifying the patterns in the data. Where did the customer feel uncomfortable with the website or with the searches and all that? And that's why after automation, next comes analytics. And in analytics, initially started a standard machine learning pattern, statistical pattern. I have known that I also work for Progressive Insurance. So we will look at it, let's say, data for few years, figure out, okay, how do I change the insurance rate? But today, as AI is increasing, improving more and more, you don't want to only look at the static data once a month and figure out pattern. Why don't the data AI model are running day in and out? As all the, let's say, if every day 15,000 accident happen, as the accident happen, my data should figure out how many bodily injury happen, how many this one happen, where did it happen, why did it happen, and load of data science can happen without a scientist sitting in front of it. It can come up with them, right? Okay, these are the pattern I identify. What do you do next? So that data scientist or a statistician can do a next level rather than just doing number crunching. So that's a second stage. So automation, analytics, and third come is optimization. And in this analytics today with the Gen AI, it has become even more and more mature, basically. So AI, and I will say optimization in that angle can be considered part of AI as well. But the only reason we differentiate it is it's not a generic AI. It's just like a generic ITM, right? It's a very specialized field of mathematical optimization. We just support AI because in the effort for artificial intelligence, it is also making a attempt to make optimal decision, which saves the company billions of dollars. So where we see synergy with AIpreneurs, as they are helping to bring this automation and analytics, it also creates the layer for optimization. It makes the companies ready for optimization. We already are partnering with some of the AIpreneurs so that their solution can fit in along with ours and give a end client a comprehensive single solution where they can have a single go-to place. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for those inspiring insights. So, as moving to our next question, so as ORMAE continues to expand its global presence, what are the short-term and long-term goals for the organization? How do you envision ORMAE evolving over the next 5 to 10 years in the rapidly evolving AI and decision intelligence landscape?
So one is we like out of our 50 clients, 15 to 20 are large enterprise clients. We have worked with mid-scale companies as well. For this large company, we have seen a huge saving. And but what we are trying to do is and we sometimes work with partners as well, where some large partners like large IT company, they get quite a bit of upside from us. We want to make sure that end client can also benefit from a company like us who has deep expertise in optimization. So we're going across, okay, if these still customer could benefit, why not others? If these food distributor can benefit, why not others? And there's a huge saving to be realized. And savings are not just in money, they're also saving in carbon footprint. We recently work on a fleet decarbonization with Shell, which is a initiative to decrease the carbon footprint. So which is a, and same way, if we make people's life better, workforce optimization doesn't mean let's say in an airport, if you have 4,000 people, it's not that we will be recommending that, okay, if you say 5 to 10%, we should decrease the workforce. No. What we would like to do is, one is increase the capacity of the airport to handle the number of people. Another is decrease these people missing their flights. Just because, why the security queue should take 45 minutes. We could have the people. Another is, we also would like to decrease more people missing their vacations. So sometimes there is a over workforce and under at the same time. When somebody asks vacation, they'll say, no, airport cannot give you, too much pressure. And at the other place, they are thinking the people are more. So it's a quality, when we say workforce optimization, it's a quality of workforce life as well. That they can plan better. And a passenger can also be more, and right now with the AI, we not only plan static optimization, but even a real-time optimization. Because today we could know when a flight landed, how much time it would take, where is your luggage tracking, there are tracking systems. So more we can do that, it's easier to optimize the total experience.
Thank
So
you.
what we are trying to do is we are trying to do this for large player. Now for mid and small player, our purpose is also build solutions which can go across companies, across multiple, let's say sugar company can benefit. A single sugar company may not have the money to fully optimize their system. Let's assume they're running on 100 crore rupee revenue. They may not be the one who can spend a 1 crore rupee and build a optimization system, but they may be okay to spend 10 lakh rupee per year, where they can save more than 1 crore rupee per year. So we're also building systems which can be rolled out to small and mid-scale industries as well in India and the globe, so that they can also actually benefit from the optimization.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing ORMAE's vision for the future. It's inspiring to hear how the organization is planning to evolve in the rapidly changing world of AI and decision intelligence. So, moving to our last question, the final question. As global AIpreneurs continues to build a global AI ecosystem, what kind of support or collaboration would you like to see from us? How can global AIpreneurs help ORMAE accelerate its mission, expand globally, and create greater values for enterprises, startups, and the AI community?
So what happens is startups anyway have to build collaborations. Why? Because we don't have huge amount of money. Large companies, nobody has the money to waste, but what they can do is they can take a large risk. You know, when we see Geo Plaza made in Mumbai, Ambani has invested $1 billion and he can take those kind of risk. But can startups take those kind of risk? Even $1 million risk is not easy for startups. So what we do is we have to do what we are best at. So if as ORMAE, we're best at building optimization and data science system. Somebody else could be very best at building the best tracking systems. Somebody else could be best at drone technologies. We'll have to put our technologies together in a way that for the end user, whether it's a enterprise client or a set of they can use it more easily and they can benefit from it. But what happens is in the process, quality of solution cannot suffer, because the trust, just like in tracking system, you track the item and where it moved. You also need to have trust on the quality of the solution, whether it's a automation system, whether it's an analytics system, whether it's a Gen AI based approach. And we are building those collaborations together and identifying who are good for which purpose, so that the customers can be given a one place. And here we need their cooperation from other entrepreneurs as well as from our side, so that we can open up the doors for our clients to them. And we also have the doors open by the partners who know that this client can really benefit in this way, in this combination, and together we can grow.
Thank you for those thoughtful insights. So it's clear that meaningful collaboration between enterprises and startups and innovation ecosystem will play a crucial role in accelerating the adoption of AI and decision intelligence worldwide. So what an insightful and inspiring conversation. Dr. Amit Ka, thank you for sharing your remarkable expertise and experience with the global AIpreneurs community. Your perspectives on decision intelligence, artificial intelligence, and operations research, enterprise optimization, and global innovation have provided valuable guidance for AI founders and enterprises. So, as all to everyone joining us from around the world, thank you for being part of today's session. The future of artificial intelligence will be defined not only by breakthrough technologies, but also by the ecosystem that enable trusted collaboration, global talent, responsible innovation, and sustainable enterprise growth. If you are an AI founder, innovator, investor, enterprise leader, or policymaker looking to become part of trusted global AI ecosystem, we invite you to join us in Global AIpreneurs. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, keep innovating, keep collaborating, and together let's build a trusted, intelligent, and globally connected AI future. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, Amit.
Thank you.